The good thing with many of us coming from Nigeria is you come with unquenchable drive. That drive is one of the most important blessings that we have.
Come with.
We come with.
What are the chances that a young black man comes all the way from Africa and owns one of the biggest black firms in the whole of the province?
You know, as early as my first year as a lawyer, Mr. Smith was told me that one day you're going to be one of the best in the country.
Wow.
I think we're just
You thought he was just saying it like
patting me on the back.
it's just a positive.
I don't
vibe.
know what he saw, but you know, having someone like that constantly reaffirm your competence, reaffirm where your destination, wherever you're going, is very, very helpful. When you come here, the very first challenge would be to survive, right? But to me, the greater challenge was self-belief. I had a lot of self-doubt. We call it imposter syndrome. It doesn't matter how good where you're coming from. It doesn't matter how connected you are. You come here, you're completely vulnerable.
Starting all over.
You're starting all over. You know, I say that moving from one country to another is less physical transition and more psychological transition.
Did I just lost the national TV?
My name is Charles Suji. I'm the CEO and managing partner of Suji and Smith Lawyers, a full-service law firm in Calgary, and this is my journey. The good thing with many of us coming from Nigeria.
I landed in Calgary on
1978?
February 27th, 1978. Calgary International Airport was newly opened.
YYC was just open at that time.
Opened at that time. Affording me and my younger sister post-secondary education in Nigeria was too expensive.
How was life growing up back in Nigeria?
Life was good at the time because, you know, the country was thriving, the country was rich.
Relatively better.
When I came to Canada, Nigerian and Naira currency was stronger than the United States.
That's what I heard.
So I had to change.
And this was when? 1978?
1978. So I was rich when I came here with my Nigerian currency. I'll make love to you when you want me to. Hey, my name is Moji Taiwo. I'm the owner of MUT Consulting Services here in Calgary. I'm also an author, and this is my journey.
All right, welcome to the Friday Night Mix Show. Hey, Grasam.
Yes,
We are
buddy.
live. We are live. We are live. You are live. I wanted to put you live on. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Fola,
All right. Welcome to the Friday Night Mix Show. Thank you so much for joining. Everybody joining right now on Instagram, on Instagram, on Facebook, and YouTube. It's great seeing you guys again. Remember, you can always leave your comment. You can ask the guests questions, and make sure that you're also sharing. This very important stream. All right, we're live here with Grassam on the show. Grassam, how are you today?
I'm very fine, and you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me. It's nice being on this show.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Lami's
Thank
not able to
you.
join us today because she's a little bit busy.
Okay.
But she'll be joining us next week. Tonight is not different. We're still gonna have fun, despite she not here. And like we always do, we just talk a little bit about what's going on in the city. Do you have any story for us in the city?
Nothing much. The weather has been so wonderful lately, especially today. Yeah, it's been so good.
This
Feeling
Calgary weather, I
so
don't
nice.
understand. 1 week it's so cold, extremely
At,
cold.
at,
The other
at
week
least today's weather has been great, right? I was able to go out without wearing double layers.
Oh, that's true. I was able to go out with shorts also. Like I see me gallivanting in Calgary, February. You know, just
I
wearing.
know.
It's great. Well, long may it continue. Long may it continue. So we have people already dropping chat on the Friday night mix, and they say Fola for Lagos to the world. Thank you so much, hype man. Lala Lee. Thanks for that. And I mean, let's get straight into it. So this is the reason why, you know, I I wanted to bring you on the show. I call you Grassam, but I know
Yep.
that your name is Grace.
Please feel
Uh,
free to call me anyone
I
as
call
long
you
as you have
Grassam.
G in it.
And let me go straight to it. We'll go straight to
Okay.
the because we normally don't have enough time to talk on this show. Before you know it, it's already 1 hour. Like, what's going on here? All right. So basically, when I came to Calgary, you know, newly, and I needed to get a photographer in the city, and I was talking to people like, "Oh, we need a photographer. I think I just gave birth or something, and we needed a photo." No, it was no. I wanted to shoot my first musical video.
Okay. I
I wanted
think
to
it
shoot
was
my
your
first
son's.
musical video. No,
Yeah.
my first was
It
it?
was your second son's naming ceremony.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was my second son's naming ceremony. That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Yeah.
so. And I was asking around, and I say, and just so if you, in case you don't know, let me even put that up here.
Okay.
So today's topic is balancing business, hobby, and family 101, right? And I just felt like you're so perfect for this topic because when I came and I was asking around, and I said I need a photographer, and one person referred you, the other person I spoke with referred you, the third person I spoke with referred you. Like, okay, who is this Grassam that everybody? I thought it was going to be a man, right? Like, okay, so I called, and lo and behold, it was a woman's voice I heard. I'm like, woman's voice, so highly recommended.
That was
And I remember you came around that day for the naming. Yeah, you're correct. It's the naming,
yeah.
and you did makeup for my wife, and you were
Yeah.
like,
I didn't have to like
this
ask
woman
somebody
is.
to help me complete. I didn't. Yeah. You didn't contact me on time. Then I didn't have enough time, but at least I was able to still render service. Then you came back again for your shoots. Yours.
Correct.
Then yeah.
Correct. So we've got a long one. I'm talking about 2020, right? And this was
Yeah.
in the middle of COVID. Now, I was saying the reason why I wanted you to discuss this, this conversation is because seeing you so busy and just doing all those things together. Number one, I don't think I mean I've seen female photographers, right? I've seen female, not like I'm not, but the way you just handled everything together, like makeup, photography, and then I came to your house and you had kids that you also had to take care of, like this woman must be a superwoman. Tell us, let's start with the background, your back. Tell us who Grace.
Okay. My name is Grace Omotayo Obaole. Everybody knows me now as Grassam
Grasa.
Creation in Calgary.
Yes, sir.
So I went to school in Ile-Ife in Nigeria.
Mm,
Then it was during one long vacation. Then I went for an holiday in Abuja. Then a friend invited me. Then the next thing she just told me, oh, she was coming to pick me up. Then I dressed up. Then my sister and my brother-in-law saw me and was like, oh, you look good. See, look at the way you did your pancake. That was what he called the makeup that time, because when I started, the makeup wasn't really yeah,
I
big
mean,
deal. That's
we all
it
start.
was like,
We all start by learning, and the
yeah,
process. That's
exactly. So
understandable.
that was, yeah, my friend just told me, oh, I have somebody that knows how to do this. They did something, did makeup for our cousin. Then I could refer you to her. Then you can learn, then get perfect. And
Mm,
immediately I went straight to Ibadan from Abuja the following day. Then I started my business. I was still a student anyway that time.
wow.
I,
What
I
school?
was in fair. I went to Obafemi Awolowo University. I
Mm,
did economics, and I
mm,
was in year 2. It was a long vacation, and that was how I started learning during strike. Then I went back to school. I realized that a lot of students were getting married, and I started doing the business from Ife. Then I'll be the one to do the makeup. Then later I went back to Lagos. Then I met Sarah's sister. Actually, they were in school. They were actually my friends. Like they were my roommate's friend. Then through my roommate, I got to know them. But I didn't want to go through them because I wanted to, I mean, have it like make it professional, right?
Mm.
I didn't want that connection, and I wanted to learn the business seriously, and that was what I did. So I went to Ibadan. It was a lot of, it was a, I can't even finish
There's
the
a lot of
story today.
stress.
It's a lot of story, but almost every weekend I'll go to Ibadan from Ife, then go back. I'll go for weddings, go for events with my boss. Then when I finished, then I continued my business. I started it in Lagos. Then I had my first studio was in Okwebi Link Road.
Oh wait,
Then
you
I
actually had a studio?
Of course. I was working, I had a studio in Nigeria, Okwebi Link, and the second studio was on Harlem Avenue.
Like
and,
you had two studio at the same time. Is that what you're saying now?
Yes.
Running
but
two
later, because I do a lot of things, wasn't just only one thing.
You see
and
why
I
I
wasn't
said that
working
you are just the perfect person for this conversation.
I wasn't working alone, actually.
You will see it in you. You are not married that period, right?
Okay, I got married later. I was single when I started, right?
So Bukola Adediwin said, yes, so Gresham did my wedding makeup 2009.
Oh my Jesus. Thank you, Buki. I appreciate that. Yeah, my friend from the US. Thank you. Anyway, so she was one of those people that supported me. She was my classmate. Yeah. In my when I was in my final 300 level back in OAU then. So I would travel to Ibadan, do the job and come back for my work. It was a little bit challenging, but still I was able to finish the program because I had passion for this, what I was doing. So I wasn't even seeing the challenges. And when I finished, let me say something. The only person that supported me that time was my boyfriend. Everybody in my house, and thank God, my husband now. It was my boyfriend, only person that supported me, because that time it was last if I was like another prayer point in my house.
Wow.
When we finished, whenever we finished our morning devotion in the house, my mom would still like raise another prayer.
Use you as a prayer point. What was
so my mom would still like,
what was the prayer point like? Like Oluwajo, come on, watch me.
Like that. What is it? My mom was that time we don't use earring like Christ Apostolic Church, the long flowing skirt, and so then you dare not even say you want to wear earring, talk less of like painting your faces, and no, you can't even try that.
What was the prayer point like? I'm interested in knowing. What was your mom so passionate?
When they pray for you in Yoruba, forget it though.
Shout out to our parents.
You don't just want to go there. So it was a lot of, but the only person that believed in me then was my boyfriend at that time. At the time, then my husband. In fact, my husband had to follow me to my August office studio, like, gave me the full support. The little change that my cousin gave me from Abuja, I added it to, to learn, because I had a passion for it, and I went for my,
What did you see in photography? Let's go with that, because I know you do other things.
Okay.
What do you see?
So that was how I started makeup.
Really
okay, thank you so much. That was how I started makeup. Then in Lagos, I had different photographers working for me. Then I used to have a particular guy, shout out to pics.com. He was my standby photographer. He was working for me at that time. Anywhere I go to, in fact, even when I did, that time now, even in Nigeria, the money we're paying them wasn't too much.
No, it's not about money.
That time, even if you pay photographer 20,000 per month, they will still be appreciating you. When I was in Nigeria, right? So anywhere we go with the photographer, and they will still be happy. I'll be happy as well. But getting to this place, I realized that I wasn't doing it myself in Nigeria. I had people working for me, because back in Nigeria, we were actually working for magazines. We're working for advertisement companies like Center Spread. At the time, I was doing a lot of celebrities makeup. That time, if you want to get married, you have to buy wedding planner. You have to buy the magazines. So we work for models, so we collaborate, we do a lot of things, and they pay me for those jobs. So and musician like YJ. I used to do makeup. I did a lot of them like that back in Nigeria. Then when I got here, I was like, okay, I needed a photographer to work with me. Then the money they were charging me per hour. At that time, I landed 2014. Then that time, the makeup they were charging $50 if you are too expensive. If you are not expensive, they will charge you. They will pay you like $30, $40. And the photographer that I called them asked me to pay $150 per hour, and I'm like, kilo shele. Wait, what would I
What's
take?
going on here?
What's going on? You understand? Oh, taking $50 for makeup, and I will do picture for. So I'm like, okay, this is something that I want to do myself. I want to learn. So I couldn't afford the money for the professional photographers to follow me and show my work out. And I decided to go back to school. I bought the first thing I did was to buy the camera. I didn't even have enough money to buy the camera at the time. When I got there, I was like, oh, the money was too much. So I was told I could do layer payments, whatever. You only take it when you are done. So I started buying. I used faith to buy lens first. I bought the smallest lens with faith. Yeah.
What do you mean by with faith? What does that mean?
The lens, the lens that you will use, the smallest lens.
Okay.
That you use for the camera.
For photography. So you bought lens first?
Yes, I bought the lens even before the camera. Yeah, because I couldn't afford the camera. So I bought the lens. I took the lens home and I started believing God for the camera. And I used faith that if God can give me this
lens,
if I can buy this lens home, I will be able to. I'll pick the camera someday. So that was how I got home. Then I contacted one man here, Mr. Bumi. So the man told me he was not going to be doing it for free. So he was very strict, and I said, okay, no problem. So he would give me time to come to his house, meet me also time, It wasn't at the time, it wasn't convenient again. So I had to go back to school. I went to learn photography in Calgary. Then, when I got to the school, I realized you have to, the way they do here is different from back in Nigeria, that you have to pay at once. So yeah, that was how I started learning it. Then I still went back home. I still went back to Nigeria. I always upgrade because you can't learn all the work at once. I still have other photographers that I talk to sometimes. So that was just it. And you just keep upgrading yourself. You don't want to be stagnant. You need to be, because I bought the latest camera then. Today, that camera is no more the latest. They have other cameras now. So
yes.
That was
all right.
So you just keep learning. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You just have to keep learning. Let me go back to what so Yomi said great Ife.
Great
people, the Shakara people have. I don't really understand.
Please don't go there.
I'll go for events and then someone come and tell me, we have 5 Ife students here. Can we sing our anthem? I'm like, what is wrong with all these people?
Yeah, we have just 2 universities in Nigeria for the, for people that don't really know much about Nigeria. We have Ife and others. So, hey, great Ife.
I'll off your mic. All right, so I mean, basically, yeah. Please leave a comment, ask the questions. I know you have questions for Grassam on this show. How has it been being a woman? I'm still even going to come to you being married and all of that. Just being a woman in an industry where men are, basically dominating. If I can put that way.
Goodness. It's been so fun because trust me. It's actually better that way because because they tend to share a lot, right?
You mean men?
Men. They share. They try to be sincere. Men working with men, and the other day we have to gather. We are also wonderful. Do you understand? But the truth, to be sincere, you could walk up to a man and say, "Oh, I don't understand this. Can you please?"
And he'll be ready.
I have a friend in this Calgary. Shout out to Motive. Sometimes I'll just, he will still want to okay, great. You can come over there. I don't have time, But if you go to, I have some wonderful ladies, my friend Kashi, I have a lot of them. They are wonderful, but some ladies will never. They wouldn't want you to they will see you as a competition, like you know, you want to start doing competition with me, and things like that. They don't like to share. Sometimes I'm so sorry to say, guys, but
No,
it's just the truth.
it's
Yeah,
basically the truth. I mean,
yeah, it's
I've
just the
heard this
truth.
before,
Like, yeah,
where I've heard that women are not as open and willing to
as,
share with their fellow women. I think there
yeah.
was a time
So
that there was like they started like a drive, like women helping women back in
exactly.
Nigeria. That I remember then, like just try and help fellow men. So you're saying it's easier for you in this industry that has more men. It's easier for you to even because men get
I
to
love it more.
easier.
You understand?
Mm.
Because look at it in Calgary, especially on the December period, we had to gather together, exchange gifts.
I was there.
And I have a group. We are in a group. We have a group. We have another group that is just ladies, makeup artists.
Okay.
We've not, don't let me even go there. We always have something to, it's the ladies' things. We all do it, but the men, their life is very easy.
Easy.
No stress. They will always want to give to you or add to your life, or the ladies too. We do hard more, but they won't see. They will be free, nothing attached. At least you will see love. Yeah.
What if you're going to advise your lady colleagues, or even ladies generally in business, if you're going to advise them, what would you say to them?
Yeah, we should try as much as possible to show more love to each other, be kind to each other, right? So yeah, I don't know much. I don't know how to
So
put it.
Itunu Adigun Falike says, "Good job, sis. You're doing
Thank
great."
you. Thank you,
Kadir,
Tony. God bless you.
yeah, Kadir says, "Great," with the emoji of fire. Oluwayomi says, "Yes, so great if you and others," and then she says, "I love my gender."
I love my gender too, but
You guys are unique in a way. I mean, I won't lie. For me, like I said, I thought it was Grassam. Everybody Grassam. So I was like, okay, Grassam is a guy. And then Grassam turned out to be a woman. I was like, woman. And you were so pleasing. You were so
yeah,
nice. You like, oh, yeah, like you said, it was really late. You didn't
that
mind.
was,
You
yeah,
came that early in the morning on Saturday. I think it was
yeah,
Saturday. I can't remember. We just landed in Calgary then. I mean, my
yeah.
son's birth was
It was
December
it was
26th.
my name.
It was your
Your
name.
name matters. Yeah, Grace.
Grace, yeah, there's so much grace. So you came there. I know you were not the one that did the photography, but you did the makeup, and you were there in
Yeah.
the morning. You came
Yes,
later
because
again.
I was even when then I was still able to work with some guys. So I had to contact one of the brothers. I was like, "Oh, bro, please, do you mind, helping
Yeah.
me?" A lady will not want to assist, right? He will just be like, "How much did you collect?"
Did you collect?
Elono
Let's
song,
share the
like
compliments. So the
Elono
360
song.
degree woman says, "Well done, Ayaoba."
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, people can testify to the fact that you are a force to reckon with in Calgary. I don't know. I don't know. I can only speak for Calgary because I'm in Calgary, right? But
Thank you.
I could say specifically that when you hear of photography in Calgary, you would definitely call Grassa, because that's a name that I've also heard in other circles, and just continue what you do. Like all your fans are saying,
Yeah.
great job that you do. Now let's get
Thank
to the
you.
top. Let's get
Thank
to
you, guys. Okay.
balancing business, because I know you. Me, I know you personally. A lot of people don't know you. You have worn your glasses. Serious business
Please.
now, because a lot of ladies out there, and this is especially for ladies. I know what I'm saying is for ladies. A lot of ladies out there
Okay.
like, I have children. I can't really pursue my dreams because I have family to take care of. Balancing business. Let's talk about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
How do you, Gresham? I know you do makeup, you do photography.
Photography. Yeah.
As a mother, as a wife, as a sister, because I know you have you have family. You have as a daughter. These are
Okay.
four caps that you have to wear. How do you balance? Let's talk business first. How do you balance business and family?
You will balance it, not new.
What are the things?
You
What are
cannot
the things
see.
you do?
So the thing is, back home, it was a different thing entirely, because you have your families there, you have your families, you have your You have house help.
House
At the
elf.
time, I was having like two help in the house, right? Then you have mates, you have sales reps,
In-laws and
you
cousins.
have you have cousins, you have brothers, and everybody that will come around to come and
Correct,
help
the
and
driver.
support. But you have a driver as well, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Clement will take me out. Now, everybody, if you know me back then, you know that I don't travel anywhere without going with my
So you had the
driver.
support structure back
Yeah,
in
those supports were there. But here, you four of us see how much is the money that you are getting, the what. Then before you can now start talking about, oh, you want to start paying driver, paying mate. No, you have to balance it by fire by force. Number so the first thing I do is I try to prioritize my things, my work. You have to balance. As a mother in Calgary, I'm just going to speak about what I do most of the time. So you balance the family, set a goal, right? As a lady, you need to set a goal. What and what do you want to work on? Make a plan for the family. Then you don't have to complete everything. You don't have to make everything perfect. You have to work smart, right? Not that, oh, I need to work fast. Do you understand? And you need to remember yourself. You need to balance work, business, and family. Everything needs to be, although you might not be able to get 100% on everything, but the major thing you do is that, okay, have a family calendar. That calendar, you can make a sticker if possible, that okay, this is what I want to attain. Make sure there's something that is reasonable. Don't make a list that you know that you won't achieve, right? Make a list of things that you can do per day. If it's like you have laundry to do, you have work, delegate, right? You need to delegate work. As little as my little boy is, I have a 2-year-old boy. When he's showering, I tell him, I teach from there, squeeze the soap on the sponge. So that is his own work. We have my son that takes out the garbage. We have the one that wash the dishes. Yeah. You can't do everything. Do you understand? So you have to balance it. The major thing, make sure there is soup in the house so that if they want to make it back, when you have the time, right? And at the same time, when there is food in the house, because you must not allow the family to be affected as well. You can't just say, oh, I want to, and don't overwork. When there is time for you to pause, to say no or to rest, please.
Let's break it down, because the information I'm giving is very plenty. Let's break it down tiny bit. The first thing you've said is make a list of the important things that you want to do. Is this per day, or is this
it can be per day or per month, but the day will be reasonable. If you put per month, you might not be able to, you just do it, prioritize things. Prioritize, like, okay, as maybe which one is urgent, which one is reasonable, as it will just be flowing. Do you understand? The major thing is that the kids must eat. If you need to order for bread, go and order for bread. Make sure there is theory for breakfast. Do you understand? Or and things they will eat in the afternoon.
When do you do that? Is it when you wake up in the morning or before you sleep in the night?
Okay, there are some things that you have to do down. For example, if you work day, some of us have to mix it up. We do night shift, you do day shift. If you have kids, you have to go, if you do night shift, any day you are off, cook. We have lights. Put everything in the freezer. Label it. Make sure, okay, we have stew. This is stew. The date that you make, this was made so dates. Put okra, eforiro, or egusi. They label everything. Right? You know that for the next 1 or 2 weeks, you have soup for those days. And if I wake up in the morning, for example, okay, if I got up after doing my morning devotion, then the first thing I want to do, I have a day for me to do laundry. I just quickly put the laundry in there. Then when I come back in the evening or in the afternoon, once I'm done with my photography business or my personal business or my work, I come back, put the clothes out from the laundry. Or if I have someone in the house or the children, I will tell them, please, do you mind? Can you please help me?
So when do you get to relax? When do you get to rest?
That one is very important. you relax because when I have a day that I relax every week.
Okay.
If your day, because the nature of my business, I'm not 9 to 5 person. My business is weekend. Saturday is my Monday. So I relax on Thursday.
Mm,
My Thursdays and Fridays are my relaxation day. I
mm.
go for swimming. I go for sometimes I watch movie. At times I play gospel music and I dance very well. Right?
Oh, you play music in your house
Yes,
and you
and I
cook it
dig it.
down.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Mm,
I relax through that. And at the same time, I have to connect with the children.
mm.
Sometimes if I work overnight, I come back in the morning before going to sleep. I might decide, okay, I'll take my son to school instead of taking the bus. And along the way, we
Chat.
chat, we talk. I'm like, oh, how was it? You get to. And
Wow.
whenever we have a parent teacher meeting, we still go and attend. You are still into your children, right?
Mm.
We're trying to balance family, and at the same time, you still have to be a wife, attend to daddy later at night, which is very important. So,
Talking about talking about daddy. Talking about daddy. So Bukola Adediwi says you prioritize, just breaking down what you said,
yeah,
prioritize,
yes,
delegate, right?
yes,
Like you're
those are
prioritizing
very
the work that you have, that the important things, and then you
correct.
make sure you delegate when you, because you can't do everything, just like you said.
No, no way. You can't do
Yo-
everything. You can't be here, there, and
There
at the
and
same
everywhere.
time.
Yomi
You don't
says
want to break down. That's the truth. You do not
that's
want to
true.
break down.
I like
The
the fact
best
that
thing is
sorry, Lambrek. I like the fact that you say you dance on Thursdays and you go for swimming. I mean, in my
yeah.
mind, I'm thinking you don't do any other thing. All you do is this walk, because
Forget it. Oh. If you invite me to party, I still party. I go to enjoy myself
exactly. I
and
see you
have
party.
fun.
I see you party a
Self-care
lot.
is very, very important because if one area is being affected, there's no
Mm,
how it will not affect the other.
mm,
So the best thing is for you to balance everything up. When there is time for you to attend to family, attend to the family. And when there is time for you to work,
work hard.
because there's time for everything.
Mm.
You need to work. Family too. We. I love vacation. I don't joke with my vacation.
Oh,
You should
nice.
know me for that. I
Yeah.
love cruising. I love going traveling all over the world, right? So you need money to do that as well. You need
Mm.
money to buy things, want to buy designer, you want to buy this and that, and don't overdo things.
True.
So
Yomi says Grassam is also a lover girl. That is very true because we see your WhatsApp status every time. You and your husband. I mean, I'm going to come to your husband. I'm going to come to your
that's the
husband.
only one I
So,
got for now
for now, what do
and
you mean for
forever.
now? What do you mean for now? So tell us a little bit about this. What is it? Because I mean, I could share a little story about seeing your status, the way you're with your husband, the way you love upon him and he loves upon you. That is really nice and unique for someone who's as busy
on,
as you. It shows that
on
you
each
still
other.
find time to how do you do it? I mean, I think this goes to how do you balance family now? You've talked about business.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing I told you before that you just have to like balance everything up. There was a time okay, there was a day I got back from work. I work
Mm.
night. I work overnight. Then when I go home, I was like, okay, sweetheart, let me drop you off at work.
You
Right?
That's your husband, right?
Yes. So I'll drop him up instead of maybe driving himself. I'll drop you off, then I'll pick you up. We still
Tomorrow.
spend time together, right?
Mm.
And sometimes I'll be like, okay, sweetheart, can we hang up and just try to like hang out somewhere and eat
Mm.
something or just take a drink together. Yeah, we do that once in a while. And yeah, we've known each other for long. So we are like a friend. He's my brother. My brother in Christ.
Well, the pictures that we see
My,
on
my best
WhatsApp doesn't look like brother. It looks like lover.
he's my brother. He's my brother. My brother in Christ. We've been brothers since, brother and sister since. So
Tell us where because you talked about he was the only one that supported you at in the
yeah.
beginning. Tell us a
Yeah,
little bit about that support and what it meant to you,
yeah,
especially as a young
it
lady.
was yeah, as a young lady that time. Because I told you that my family didn't really believe in makeup, but my husband supported me and he would follow me and and tell me that you can do it. At the time, that was the time that a friend of mine was planning for a wedding, and I was like, okay, we've been planning. I was actually the one planning the wedding with her. So the next thing, she was not even talking about makeup. She was not ready to pay me, and I'm like, and she now said, and I said, you are not even putting makeup money. The first thing she told me was like, she sharing, is it that she was expecting me to do it for free. So I was trying to be
Wait,
down with
let's
that
say that in
statement.
English. Let's break it down in English. So that your friend, that is your friend that you are planning wedding for, actually called your makeup that is that
Like
one.
it wasn't a hair, like she wasn't counting that as part of the thing that she was
That she
supposed
should
to. She was not
expense.
valuing the job. Like
Wow.
she was not seeing that as a serious job. Then the next thing I'm like, no. So I felt, oh, you are not seeing that as a job, as a big thing. You could pay other people, other vendors, but the makeup artist, you were not ready to pay me. She was not ready to pay me that, and I was like, and I felt so bad about that, and I made I made her realize that statement that no, you don't rubbish my work. Then she wasn't seeing that. People were not seeing that as a big job at that time. But my husband told me, no, you in this work, you will, in fact, you take it to Canada, they will know you in America, they will know you in the UK, and to be sincere,
Wow.
I've been to those areas and I've done makeup for people in different places
Wow.
to the
Wow.
glory of God. Yeah.
I knew your husband is a prophet, so I'm not surprised.
That title is serious.
Is that- I used to call him pastor when I see him, right? When I come to your house. But
Yeah,
now I
he's
can say
actually
he's
a
a prophet.
minister. Yeah.
I
So,
mean, it when I see you guys, it's obviously something deeper than just friendship. You could see that,
yeah,
and I'm privy to that because I come to your place regularly, right? So,
yeah.
what does that? How important was that to you? And the reason I'm asking this question is because a lot of people, a lot, a lot of ladies might have that inspiration to start up something, but maybe because their husband is not supportive or whoever the significant other at the time is not supportive at that time, that might not spur them to want to do it. How important is your significant other to just say that word of affirmation, just speak positive things to you, just
Think to
support you?
yourself.
How important is that?
Yeah, that's very, very important. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to know the kind of people that surround you. Surround yourself with wonderful people, with people that believe so much in you. Like, don't stay around people that are not seeing the good in you.
Mm,
Yeah, that's the
mm,
major thing. Because
mm,
the truth is, even those ones, right?
mm-hmm,
They are not your target audience.
mm.
Because when they even patronize you, they are not ready to pay. I'm telling you, people that don't know you, they are the one that will patronize you, that
Mm-hmm,
will appreciate you.
mm-hmm.
When outsiders patronize, they give me tips. When
When family and
when
friends.
family and friends, sorry to say my friends, so I'm just trying to be realistic. I'm trying to be real, like
Mhm.
say the truth here. Like when friends and family patronize you, they
Mm,
don't, some, not all anyway,
I
some
know.
will. Yeah, definitely some will pay you full money, some will, you have to like, even you have to like start asking them, ma, Mati Fumilo,
Balance
you
me.
not pay. You have to start reminding them like, yeah,
Mm,
you anyway, sometimes the fault is not from them. Sometimes like maybe you see them like, oh, you need pencil, you need powder, right? You give it to them, and at the end of the day, you will be like, I don't know how to, I don't want this mommy or this auntie to feel bad.
to
How will
feel
I
bad.
ask? Do you get?
Mm,
But an outsider will definitely, there's no how you will book me without paying before coming to the studio. You pay your
true.
full payment before, 2 weeks before. Yeah, that's the way the agreement is. You have to make your non-refundable, like it's not something that we start negotiating. That's the price. This is the number of pictures you are getting, right? So
I,
you
I, I,
don't you don't
yeah,
you
go
don't
ahead. Go
allow
ahead.
anybody to you don't allow anybody to bring you down. Yeah, you have to know. And besides, when you wake up in the morning, look at yourself. Whatever you want, say it to the mirror and to yourself. It works.
Mm. Oh, say it to the mirror and yourself.
To
Affirm.
yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say it, and mention your
Mm.
name.
What
I'm
do you
like,
say?
oh,
What do you say in the morning when you
in
say, tell
fact,
us?
I don't, don't worry. Don't
Yeah,
worry. I
but
say
I
good
want
things
to
to
know.
myself, you know.
Somebody's
I will
winning now. Somebody's
seriously say
getting.
I say good things to myself. Whatever I want to see that week, I prophesy it into the week.
Mm.
You know, I say good things, I pray for myself. Whatever I don't want to see, I cancel, I reject, I hide. Whatever I want to see that week, I say to myself, and God always answers. So
There's power in our
in the
tongue,
in
right?
our
That's
tongues,
what the
that's
Bible
it.
says. There's power in,
And
and you decide. Do you want to use
yeah,
it for good or do you want to use it for
okay,
evil?
exactly.
Benga says, "Now well done, no, you had already first said it. Now well done,
Mhm.
no. Thank you, Mr. Benga. Benga
Thank
is
you.
our guy in photography
Okay.
too. You know,
Oh, thank you.
Benga says that's GA photography. He says the most painful thing is when people close to you don't value your craft. That is really, really, really
That's what
painful,
I'm
right?
saying. You see?
And a lot of
Yeah.
people do that, right? Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yomi says safe to say Grassham is also Mommy Geo in the making. Yes, nah,
Thank you,
normal,
Yomi. You can
normal,
say
normal.
that again.
Okay, so let's go to your hobby. What do you? I know I
Okay.
asked it in passing before, and I said, "What do you? How do you relax?" Right? But
Yeah.
a lot of people take photography as a hobby, right? Like, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
doing a pastime.
I do photography and I enjoy doing it. Even when I'm tired, you wake me up morning, afternoon, evening. Yeah, I could. Okay, let me cite one example for you. I could remember there was a time I was really pregnant, and one sister booked me, and I was like 9 months gone,
Wow.
and then when she saw me, she wanted to turn back. I said, "Auntie, you're not going anywhere. We are doing it."
Like,
She was
what's
like,
going
"Ah,
to see, Bele?
eh?" She didn't see me until the day of the shoot, and she couldn't believe it. She was like, "For real?"
Mm,
No. So, and I
mm.
did it. So, because I enjoy doing it, I have passion for what I'm doing. I'm not being forced to do it. It wasn't as if, oh, you must do it. I enjoy when I handle camera. It sends
Mm,
out headache and stress.
so it's safe to say that it's something that you actually enjoy doing, and
Doing
then you are now
exactly.
getting paid for it.
So, like
There's,
double
there's nothing as sweet
blessing.
as that. So from what you said, let me just read it. So Peter says, Yomi, please, no aluta on Friday night mix. So would I say now that if you're going to go into business, for you to enjoy, just based off of what you've said today throughout tonight, if you're going to really enjoy what you like, what you're doing, make sure it's something that you're passionate about, that you can actually do even without money. That when they
Yeah,
wake you up like this and you're tired, you get up and say, let's do it.
exactly.
So you're
Exactly.
saying that make sure that that's what you invest into,
We need
and then once you start to create value, then you start to also then find
appreciate it.
right. So that's what you're saying in a nutshell, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm, mm. All right. Let's see what Gbenga is saying. Gbenga said photography has always been a hobby for me as well. You have to be passionate about it to keep up with the lows and highs of the business. What is the this is a very good one. What's the lowest? Tell us the lowest part of something that happened to your life. You're like, Emilaye me.
In business. In
Tell us.
business. Ah, it is well.
Tell us.
So the worst. You're pushing me. Oh.
I'm not pushing you. Tell us
Anyway, the worst was when a client walked up to me and she asked me to borrow my gado, and I'm like, I was not comfortable
now.
borrowing you my gado. It's like my underwear, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I told her, and she started giving me an attitude. And I'm like, okay, don't worry, I will still position you in such a way that your tummy will
You're
not show.
not sure.
We ladies, we always want to like dress like
Talk
a
bele.
babe.
I've heard some bele.
And yes, so meanwhile, I live close to Walmart where she could get at least small one. I was still advising you could, or your husband could go to the, well, she wasn't.
She
And the
wasn't
next thing
taking it. She
she
just
was
wanted
not
you.
ready to pay. Yeah, she just wanted to like and the next thing she started, I did the shoot. It was very beautiful. It was very nice. And the next thing, instead of them saying thank you, so the husband was just using style to say, don't worry, please, thank you, madam, and blah blah blah. And the next thing she started saying, and she started talking bad. about my the service that I rendered to her, that she
Surrender.
was not, and she didn't say the exam. That's it's actually that was really really painful, that because she didn't tell them the
The
attitude
reason.
I gave her, that
Mm.
he was asking me to give her my gadu. I said, gadu is like underwear now.
Mm.
I couldn't have. And she didn't say those parts to people, right? So I felt so bad about that. That has always been the, although I get other, yeah, and like people coming late, which is like kind of normal, especially people from my place. So
So
then there was a
you
time
have
a
that.
customer came to my house. Then she just showed up. She did not shower. She did not bath. I mean,
Oh,
to the studio, and she said, "Oh yeah, 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 Grassan, where's the shower? Where's the bedroom? Can I have the towel?"
uh-uh. Is my
And
house is my house hotel?
so
You only
it
you
was
only
those
pay
are the
for you only
challenges. Like, and
wow.
this lady, to be sincere, I'm so sorry to talk about this though, but
No,
I'm
we're
not
not calling
mentioning
them.
names. So,
So it's
but
just yes.
I lost the lady so much that I'm like, she didn't see it as anything bad, right?
Wow.
I can't I can't go to anybody's
House.
place and feel house or studio or to feel comfortable to the extent of asking you to give me your
To
your
shower.
personal things, to shower. No.
Mm.
So those are
Mm.
the things. And I'm like, you have an appointment for 10 o'clock. You are showing up 10:30 or 11, and you're asking me you want to come and shower here. So those are the things that we get
Maybe,
from
maybe God will show you that you should
our
start running
people.
a
Yeah, especially our people. We don't get that from others. We don't get that from
Mm.
people
Is it a
from.
sense of is it a sense of because I mean I'm also into services, events and all of that. And I get that. I understand what you're saying. But do you feel like this is a sense of um entitlement? Like people are because I've paid you for services, I've paid you to take pictures. So for this hour that I'm going to be in your place, whatever I ask you, you should give. Do you feel that's what's happening?
Maybe because sometimes they expect it to be perfect. Like,
Mm.
for example, they expect it to, my hair supposed to be in a certain way, forgetting
And
that there's difference between a stylist and
makeup
back in
artist
Nigeria, because I'm makeup artist and a photographer.
and the
So
photographer.
they want you to do everything. You still give your best, but there's some things that you don't have power over,
Over.
right?
Mm.
For example, somebody did your hair from where you are coming from, not at the studio, and you are
Mm.
trying to put the blame on the photographer. So we get those little things, or maybe we try to support, right? If I've worked with you before, right? So I still try to support my clients. If anything is going, I still want I want my pictures to be fine. I don't want
Abi?
anything to flop, right?
Because it's your
So
job.
exactly, it's my work, so it's my job. Because if you are not happy, even at times I go to the extent of packing their things on the phone a day before.
Hmm.
Yeah, I call my clients and I try to like, oh, please, can we start packing from your underwear
Hmm.
so that you don't forget anything at home? Yeah,
Hmm.
because if they forget something, the next thing I will just tell, pack as if you're dressing up.
Hmm.
Because if you tell mommy to pack something and you ask daddy to go and put his bed, as tiny, as small as the bed, and daddy didn't put it immediately, the next thing you'll be, but I told you to put it and I thought you were the one packing, and at the end of the day, it could
Negative
lead
energy.
to, yeah,
Hmm.
negative energy. And at the end of the day, you
True.
just be, if you tell them to smile,
Ma.
you start getting artificial smile, not natural. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
affects the business. So
As simple as your job looks, it's beginning to sound like you have to have human relationship. You have to be a human relationship expert. You have to be
you
a
have to,
psychologist. You have to
you have
be
to. You have
ah.
to be everything, to be sincere. I
Mm,
want one of my Nigerian mommy. I told her, I said, you have to pamper the children,
mm,
especially the boys. They don't want to take pictures. The
pictures.
ladies, the girls, yeah, they are in. But
Yeah.
some guys, even some daddies. So
Wow.
I try to like talk to them, please pamper them. If you make sure you are not leaving my studio to eat, you are going to
Mm,
the restaurant. You
mm,
have to go to a restaurant from the studio. So once you tell them, that is like
They
a
light,
prep
they
already.
lighten up.
It's like that, you still live in there. Okay, okay, yeah. Immediately we are going to the restaurant to eat. So
Tell
you
us
tell,
you've told us your lowest.
yeah,
Tell us your highest. What
yes.
happened? Like, ah,
So my highest was that was a time I was going for a job. So one of my wonderful sister called me, and okay, I negotiated with those people already. So one of my customers, I call her a sister, she called and she was like, Grasam, I was told that you are the one taking. Hey, how do you get to know them? That you are going to the place is like Okoto, that you are the one going there. How much did you charge them? So I told her the price I charged. She said, no, 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 you have to remove money. They are my people, this and that. He's my brother. So, and now because of her, I decided to remove $100 from the money. I was not happy that day, but because I had already booked, because she was she has been so nice, she gives me a lot of customers. So I removed $100. So when I finished the work, this family, the first thing they said I should open my boots. They started loading uh pop. They loaded a lot of food stuff
wow,
in my car. And not only that, the man now gave me double, now multiplied the initial money times
wow,
two. So
wow,
when they paid me that money, I couldn't believe it. And I'm like,
wow.
Jesus. And thank God that I didn't go back or cancel or even fight the lady that said, do you
Mm,
understand? So I
mm,
took that, I went, but I was like, why would this lady do this to me now? But because she has always been supportive, right?
what-
I couldn't say no. I just said, okay. And say, okay, tell her to take $100 out of the money that I will
mm,
still go. Right. So I
mm.
went for that job. I did the shoot. Man, when I got there, they were so happy. And not only that, they came back to do an album. They came back again to even they referred other customers to me. So and that's
Mm.
one. Then number two, I did one job for
Okay.
one. Yeah, the second one was one auntie that I did her makeup a day before. Then the event planner booked someone else before they met me. So she said she insisted that I had to go and come and do gele. So I charged a lot of money for me to leave my house. The same money that I would charge for the full makeup, for full service, for home service, for only gele. When I finished doing the makeup for her that day, she said, grandson, you didn't come with your makeup. I love the one they did for me yesterday. This one, she started complaining. I said, Mommy, I just came with pins for gele. You didn't
Mm.
book me for makeup, and I have other people at home that my plan for the day. I schedule my plan for the day, and the next thing the mama now said, that auntie, don't let me call her mama, she's auntie. So she just gave me she just gave me a tip of $500. I've not recovered.
Ah,
She gave me a tip of $500. I'm like, I look at it again,
apart
I
from
say,
the money that she paid for the services
not
that she.
even the money, right? If you see a lot of messages that I get, right?
Mm.
And after, not only even not the money alone, I'm not just after the material things. I
Yeah.
I appreciate when people value the service, like when they appreciate you, when they give me feedback, honest one. Even when it's good and when it's the other way, it will
Yeah.
make room for improvement. That's just it, and I always love it. Not
Construct,
like constructive
constructive criticism,
feedback,
right?
not telling the third party or the fourth or fifth party, like coming
Yes,
to me
right.
and telling it to me, right?
Exactly. If my services are good, tell it
Let
to
me
me.
know.
If my services are bad, tell it to
Let me
me,
know. Yeah.
right? And well, my services are good, tell it to others too, right?
When it's good, guy. Yeah, when it's good, tell it to
Tell it
others.
to others.
But if
but
you like to be
but
sincere, yeah,
if it remains small, tell it to me. Let
tell
only
it to
me.
me.
Let's share that.
Yeah.
Last time I told you that when we were on this show, before you know it, time, and I have so many questions I wanted to ask you,
Oh
but just
Jesus.
from people that are
Wow.
commenting right now. Olufunke Oluwa Pojuolo. I like this name.
Yeah.
Oluwa Pojuwo. Oluwa
Yeah, she's one of my
Poju.
customers.
Can you pronounce her last name? I feel like I've murdered the last name. Oluwa.
Oluwa Poju, right?
Okay, so just Oluwapoju, right? Oluwapoju is fine.
Yeah,
So
that's
she says, "Love
yeah.
to you, Grasam. Love to you. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks
Thank you so much, sis.
for leaving comment." Kemi Jegede says, "Grasam to the world. Well done, sis.
Thank you.
Grasam, on, because we are, this is, I mean, we have, wow, we have less than
Yeah,
2 minutes to go.
three
What is
minutes
your
to go.
advice for that young lady somewhere, 15-year-old girl that really wants to pursue her dream? It doesn't necessarily have to be makeup or photography,
Yeah.
but that young girl somewhere that doesn't have the support, doesn't have that kind of structure, people are telling her, no, you can't do it. What would you say to that person?
Yeah. So the first thing I will advise the person to do is to pray first, right?
Mm.
Commit everything into God's and ask God first. If it's yours, go for it. You will definitely know if
You
it's,
know.
yeah, if it's your way, right? And don't give up. Be
Mm.
focused and be determined. And don't listen to distractions.
Mm. Mm.
Focus. Take one step at a time, right?
Mm.
Learn. Don't be too big to ask questions, and don't stay advertise when you have to do, and make sure you give your best when you are giving it. Yeah, with God
Yeah.
all things are possible. Yeah.
Are possible. Deepak Keshiro says, I want to do it and get to.
Please come. Yeah, anyway, we didn't go there. I thought we were going to talk about that, like someone like me. I don't do wait and guess because I have family. Do you understand? So I take your picture, I give you 2 weeks. If he's ready before 2 weeks, you will say thank you. But I don't want to take job, do it, and at the end of the day I'm panicking. Maybe I have other job, other things to do in the house, right? So it's one of those things that we need to be you need to work on. Like,
Mm.
when you have family, you make sure you balance. You don't want to spend time shooting and the next thing you are going into the next thing, instead of you to attend to the family, right, or attend to other things in the house, then you come back to the work. You have to balance it up. So you don't want to be under pressure that, oh, I must deliver this job today. No, we don't. When you have to say no, say no. Don't take job when you're supposed to go to church on Sunday.
Mm.
Don't take job when you
Wait,
have
wait, wait,
family
wait.
to do.
Yeah, let me break down what you do before we
Mm.
go. So you take pictures,
Yes.
but apart from taking picture, you have to edit those pictures.
You have to edit. You have to select.
You have to select. You have
Yes.
to edit those pictures. The
Yes, before you.
editing is not child's play,
It's not 1 hour.
right? Now
Yes.
you do makeup, right? You
Yes,
do.
correct.
Then you don't have a 9 to 5, but you do something else apart from those two, do you?
Yes, I do. I work as well. I work as a support worker as well.
Oh, you do support work as well, right? So
Yeah.
so that means you have all these things on your plate. Now, the most important work that you do is being a mother,
In modern.
having kids, right? Like you said earlier, you probably sometimes come back late in the morning,
Yes,
early in the
early in the
morning,
morning.
and
Yeah.
you still kind of like, okay, let me drop you in school, and then you come back home, and then you quickly rest and all of that. But even
Yeah. And
in the midst of, go ahead.
when I'm off, like today,
Yeah.
I still took my little one to the playground, spend time with him,
Spend time
and
with
I
him.
still have time to walk around the mall as I'm the exercise to be done, right?
Mm.
I still have time for myself.
Ye- How do you do it?
You take the baby to, yeah, anyway, I have support now, right? I have my mom around, so I'll drop them at the mall, and at the same time I walk around the mall. I want to walk for 30 to 1 hour. That's my exercise for the
Clear
day.
your head,
Yeah.
and also to be,
Yeah.
wow.
So
It,
some people have the opportunity to, you can decide, say, okay, I have treadmill in the house. I don't have time to go on it all the time. But I know if I walk around and if I have time, I can still get that done. Sometimes you can, if you have time to go to the gym, please do.
do you,
Yeah.
what would be your advice to somebody who wants to go into photography now? It could be anybody,
Yeah.
old, young.
Yeah, if
Photography,
you,
and just pursue
yeah,
that.
if you want to, yeah, if you want to go to photography, it's a good business, to be sincere. I always advise people, especially people that are just relocating. I tell them, when you are coming, please come with one hand work. Don't
Mm,
just say, oh, you are coming, you want to be doing 9 to 5 alone. If you want to go into photography, come up. You have to be interested, right? You have to have passion for it. Then learn. Go to school for it. Don't carry camera and go on YouTube. No, you've messed up yourself. Go to school. Have a mentor. get somebody that you can call on anytime, right?
Mm.
Because the truth is that camera, another one will come. Then lighting, everything. Make sure you know the right thing to do, right?
Mm.
And connect, network,
Mm.
and
Mm.
give the best, because your first job we give you, it can give you 10, 20
Op-
jobs,
Opening to other
because
jobs.
yes,
Mm.
word of mouth travels more than your legs.
That's true. Word of mouth
Yeah.
travels far more than even what you advertise.
That is
That
just it. So
that's
just be, and be nice, be kind to your people,
to your
to
clients.
your
Mm.
clients. So
And be nicer to the women. The women. Be nicer to them.
and be nice, and always put a smile on your face. So,
Mm.
and God
Mm.
will help you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much for coming on the
You're
show tonight.
welcome.
It's been a great night talking to you, sharing your experience and all of that.
Thank
I
you
mean,
for having me.
just before
I
we go, do
appreciate
you
it.
have any idea about where people can get grants for photography or for
Yes, I
you know,
know. Yeah, I joined your show the other day, and the lady Wumi, who
moving?
was talking about it. I'm like, oh, good. Yeah, I think I will. Yeah, I know they have a lot of uh means and opportunities, and different places to get grant in Calgary in Canada, but I've not tried any.
You've not tried any
Yeah,
before.
I'll try to see. Yeah, sure. I'll work towards that as well and see
Makes
if there's
sense.
other. Yeah, I will. If you research, we definitely get it. That's it.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of the
Yeah.
show. Thank you so much, Grace, for joining us tonight. Grasam, people
Thank
can
you.
connect with you, right? Let's say somebody
Yeah.
wants you to be their mentor. They can reach out to you, right? Do you want to give
Please
us
feel free to
your
talk
email
to
address?
me. I will let you know. I'll tell you my all the mistake I made in the past and the right way
Mm,
to impact. I will let, because it will, to be sincere, it's always good to have somebody to guide you, and to, yeah, people that they've been there before. You get it right better and faster.
do you want to give us your email that they can reach out to you?
grassamcreations@yahoo.com. You can always reach me. I'm also on Facebook, on Instagram as Grassam Creations.
So Grasam Creations at
Like Grassam
Yahoo.
is GRASAM, like
All right.
first
And
letter of
the creation is just the normal creations,
normal
right?
creations with an S
Because
at the
people
back.
will
Yeah.
put K, they will put K as creation.
No, it's
So
the regular creations.
so it's scrolling on the screen right now, Grasam Creations with S at yahoo.com. If you need to reach out to Grasam to learn more, to ask more questions, please feel free. From what we've said so far, you can realize that she's done this for years. I mean, someone said she did makeup for them in 2009. She's been handling, so she's a force to reckon with. And if you're really interested in not just photography, makeup,
Yeah, we do
and
makeup, gele, and it's a
Gile,
one-stop shop. You don't have to go
yeah,
everywhere. You get
don't have
everything
to
in
go
one
anywhere.
package.
Correct.
Yeah,
And I'm sure you also go to parties and take pictures and all of that too. Please
yeah,
reach
we
out to
do that
Custom
as well.
Creations at yahoo.com. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of the show tonight. Do you have something
Thank
you want to say
you.
before we go? Gressa?
Thank you. Keep believing in yourself and be happy, be nice, be good. God bless you for luck. Thank you so much for having me. I
And God bless
appreciate
you
it.
also. God bless you also,
Thank
Gressam.
you, everyone. Thank you. God bless you.
God
We
bless you.
love
Till we
you.
meet next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.